I have to start this video off with a rant. Friends, if you use Android, which I know is unreliable to begin with, don't ever use a fucking Cricket Outlast. They're the latest ones, like at Walmarts and Targets of Android. They cost about $80, $90. They're not cheap, and they're shitty. The firmware is garbage, the hardware, the software. It's loaded with nagware and bloatware. I've never used Wi-Fi calling. It's unreliable. And I'm always harassed and nagged to use it. I've gotten like 5 notifications in a row from its fucking IMS app, which you cannot silence. You can't delete. I found out I did find a way to silence it because I revoked permissions. The phone a few hours later said it had an update. After that update, it reset everything. So, and I don't know how to go back in and revoke those permissions. Okay. Okay. Only in Roy. It's only in Roy where I go to narrate something and I get interrupted by every fucking asshole in the block. Only in Roy. Only in fucking Roy. It's only in Roy where I've encountered people sticking their heads out of their cars and screaming insults and slurs, both racial and gender and sexual orientation discriminatory slurs. It's only Roy. Hi, yeah, you're being filmed. You're being filmed. Yeah. This asshole's pulling in over there to the fucking shitty taco joint. Presumably pulling into the taco joint. He just went over there behind the doctor, the former Dr. John's. But see, the parents here in Roy are in such fucking denial when you tell them their kids are on drugs and they're burning out in the fucking parking lot and speeding down the fucking, not even down the highway, speeding down the fucking cul-de-sac. They literally have printed signs on normal fax paper saying, "This is not a racetrack. Please be aware, please follow the speed limit." And it's these fucking kids. The cops are fucking useless. Speak of the devil, there's one there. Fucking useless. Fucking useless. 4th of July, Independence Day. For those who don't know, in Utah, you get 2 Independence Days. You have regular 4th of July, Independence Day on the 4th, and then you have Pioneer Day, which is the 24th. So if you're like a big time fireworks ammunition dealer, you get to make lots of extra money here in Utah. Whereas everywhere else, you have to close up shop like 3 to 4 days, I think, after, because that's it. They only have the one day, like in California, Nevada. Like Utah, they're dry states. I don't mean like no alcohol. I mean, they're fucking deserts. They always have excessive heat and fire warnings around this time of year. I lived in California for quite a few years before coming back to Utah. Is that a fucking cop right there? And, what was I saying? Yeah, so they have warnings, but people don't really, they don't follow them, because them having their fun is more important. It's like fireworks were kind of important to me when I was a kid. As an adult, I could care less. I'm not going to go and be a Karen about it and tell people, you need to stop doing that. You need to go to bed when I'm going to bed. No, I'm not going to fucking do that. What just kills me, though, is that I know there's people who really are such Karens. They're upset because people are having fun. The only thing I don't like is here I noticed people are shooting off fireworks. Yesterday, before it was even dark, they were shooting off fireworks like as early as like 6:30 and 7. Honey, it doesn't even get dark till like 10 o'clock here. It starts getting a little bit dark around 9:30, but it's not fully dark till like 10:30, 11. And they're firing them off right here in my neighborhood. 6:30, 7 o'clock. And I thought, well, at least, because we had a big 2-alarm fucking fire right across the street from my parents' house. So that was on my mind. And I thought, at least the people in my building, they don't do fireworks. They don't have big families. I was wrong. The one fucking guy downstairs who's like a single dad had his entire fucking family camped out in the front lawn, which is so fucking tacky. And my roommate put it best. He said they must all live in trailers and figured that coming to the apartment was classier and more fun than going to the trailer park. And look, I'm not shitting on people who live in trailers. I would rather live in a trailer than an apartment, because at least sometimes you could get one that's really nice, that has plenty of room, and the walls of your trailer aren't connected to your fucking neighbors. So those are all immediate pluses. The thing of it is that I find it so trashy. When you live in an apartment, that's communal space. And usually, it's an unwritten rule, but usually if you're a decent fucking person, and you don't have to go and get permission, if you're going to do something that's communal public space, you do it. But people will usually, in a polite society, which obviously we don't live in one, would say, hey, I'm going to have some relatives and friends over, and they're going to be shooting off fireworks and doing some drinking. I hope that doesn't bother you. It's going to be in the front yard, not in the back, so away from the bedrooms. Like, I'm not bothered by that. I just think it's tacky. You're at a fucking apartment. And not a big fucking apartment. It's not this big, huge complex with a pool and a coin-op arcade and lots of stuff to do. There's literally, it's a fourplex. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is it. So as we're trying to leave yesterday, they're lighting off fireworks right there. It's bright outside. It's not dark. I thought they were all out there to drink and barbecue, smoke, whatever, family, 4th of July shit. I thought, well, surely they're not doing fireworks at this early. It's not even fucking dark yet. You can't even see them. No, they were in fact launching and lighting things off in broad fucking daylight. Oh my fucking God. Again, my problem isn't the fact they're doing it. It's the timing of it. Instead of waiting for it to be even slightly reasonably dark outside, like, okay, it's 12 at night, it's a little late to do this. But 10, even 9:30 would have been perfect. It's the holiday, people get it. I mean, it's like, are they worried about their kids? Like, offsetting their schedule by staying up? I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. I kind of feel like spontaneously walking to Ogden tonight. And I'm not going to do that because I don't think either of my feet could handle that. Even though I'm wearing more comfortable shoes. I just don't think either of my feet could handle that. And I do have bus money, so I could, in theory. If I could catch a bus, the ones coming from Ogden are always fucking late. Turn the light on. I've had a growing suspicion, but since becoming more and more older, more adult, it's become clear to me that I appreciate winter and fall way more over spring and summer. I guess it would all really depend on where you live, too. Spring in California is quite nice. Spring in Utah, depending on how nature feels, the climate of the region at the time feels, or the location of the sun, it's either starts getting warm, like early 70s, 60s, or it's still freezing cold with lots of rain to the point where basements and houses are flooding and there's landslides, or snow. That has happened in the last few years. Living in Utah, that's Utah weather. I like doing these offline local recordings because the water looks pretty. It's blue. It's like dyed blue. I like doing these offline recordings because it's not tied to Wi-Fi or internet. And I don't have to worry about losing signal, going out of range, and the recordings just failing and me losing now almost 14 minutes of data, even if it is all just, superfluous musings, me shit talking about whatever. And I'm debating if I want to upload the 4th of July footage from this year because I already uploaded shit. It would not be this week anyway, because I uploaded so much stuff this past week to my travel channel. Some videos that I thought I had uploaded, but I didn't, plus my 4-hour trip on foot to Ogden, I uploaded. So, yeah, I can't say I would never again. If I did that, it would be one of two things. I would either walk again to Ogden and then ride the bus back, or I would ride the bus to Ogden and then walk back. But it would have to be at a decent time of day or night, like morning, early day, morning, when the buses are still running. There's nothing worse than being like by yourself, isolated, in the mean streets of Ogden or Salt Lake at night. Because the crazies are out there. People think, oh, the government has got all that under control. No, they come out. If the sun goes down, the crazies fucking come out. I might just walk into Riverdale. I wanted to walk up here to the bridge anyway. What's that, a rag? Like a washcloth? People fucking discard the most random fucking shit. I tell you, the most random fucking shit. I feel like my recent videos aren't that good because they're either me defaulting back to kind of sort of impulsive, reactive First Amendment auditor sort of persona, Starfang, or I'm trying to be like this anti-YouTuber who thinks this shit don't stink, cinematographer type. You know, and people say, you need to know your audience. And it's like, here's the thing. If I film a video of me falling in mud and that has over like 2 million views and it's my best video, I'm not going to sit here and presume to think that I'm just going to go and upload videos of myself falling in mud and rolling around in mud. I'm not going to climb down there, but that's... People do live down here. They do live down there. I mean, it's a disused... The train tracks were pulled out. No one's using it. UTA might buy it or own it. Well, if they owned it right now, it would absolutely be locked away. There would be fencing all around it and patrols there. Apparently, I learned this. Apparently, UTA people actually can't arrest you. Apparently, it's like Disneyland. They have their own government, their own Congress, their own laws, which is completely fucking insane. It's a fucking business. It's a corporation. It's the transit business. I'm pretty sure a mailman can't arrest you. I'm pretty sure a fireman can't arrest you. And those are all like government, agencies. I mean, they're like public resources, but they're government affiliated. Every major city has a fire department and a police, a post office. Obviously, the police can arrest you, but then, the fucking UTA people, they can arrest you. Because I've been starting to riding the bus again, getting familiar and used to doing that, because Ubering is expensive, and contrary to popular belief, I'm not completely comfortable getting into some stranger's fucking car, even as an adult. I'm not comfortable. They could try to rob you, pull a gun on you, whatever. You don't have to be skinny, female, and attractive to get creeps creeping on you. You just have to look like a target, like easy prey. My brow is fucking sweating. Like, it's nice seeing all these planes flying in to Ogden. Those are probably people flying into Utah for the 4th of July, or at least the 24th of July. Since the 4th is over, so at least people flying in for the 24th from, wherever. As I said before, I haven't been on an airplane since like 98, 99. We just always drive everywhere in a car. Which is more arduous, it's more time consuming, but depending on who you go with, it can be more fun. But I thought about I could do that. And I would just like come somewhere like here, stand here, record traffic, record the sounds. I think, and it was very minimal, with no or minimal commentary, and I think that would be a very relaxing, kind of like an ASMR type of thing. Because I hate whispering. I absolutely fucking hate whispering. ASMR is a lot of whispering, and I hate that. And I hate that a lot of my favorite YouTubers that I used to like, that were horror narrators, got into the whole whisper. I hate that. It triggers something in my fucking brain, in my ear. It gives me the fucking creeps. If someone's talking low, like next to me, so someone else can't hear it, that's fine. But if they're going, I hate that. I fucking hate that. Oh. Someone lost something. Oh God. I really like this street, and it's weird because there's nothing here. I like the history of it, and I think I like it because when we lived in Riverdale, we would drive out to Layton, Sunset, Salt Lake. The old Bra Theater that used to be there, now it's a fucking Larry H. Miller. Thanks, Larry H. Miller. And fuck you, by the way. Fuck you, you fucking cunt. He already has dozens of car lots all over Utah. And he could have easily said, no, I'm going to buy the theater and preserve it. No, demolishes it. Fucking piece of shit. Piece of fucking shit. The fact that nobody put a stink, and the city didn't step in and be like, hey, you know what, let's get this on the registry. Like, Utah does not value anything historical unless fucking Brigham Young was in it, or Joseph Smith was in it, or some fucking polygamous family was in it, or some fucking racist Confederate bum got shot and died in it. Oh, then they'll slap a plaque on it and say, this is a very important local historical landmark. Then you look up the person, they're literally like a KKK member. I'm not even kidding. They don't actually conserve things of local historical cultural value. They conserve things and even to the church, they don't. Even the church, which you think, oh, everybody venerates the church. Oh, the church has the final say. Like in Clinton, their old meeting house, now it's a fucking daycare. In Clinton, that was right across from the Clinton church down there, 1800. They decided they didn't need that meeting house anymore. After years and years, decades of having it, put it up on the market, and now it's a fucking daycare. I wonder how the local people, the members and whatnot, feel about that, losing their meeting place. I bet it was, no one was ever asked. I bet it was never brought up in a meeting or a poll. It's like I said, Utah does not fucking value or conserve history. They pick and choose. And by that, I mean people who have money will sit here and say, yes, this is important. We need to conserve it. And you look it up. Sure as shit, it's some fucking shit to do with some Confederate asshole who owned slaves. or fucking Brigham Young and his 60 wives stayed the night there or something. I wish I was kidding. I think maybe we'll walk around Riverdale for a little bit and then we'll just turn around and come back this way. Because I wanted to sleep in. If I had gotten the sleep I wanted, I would not have gone back to bed after lunch. I would have said I took a nap, but I went back to bed. It was basically just like a 3 or 4 hour nap, but I consider it back to bed because I woke up. The first time I should have stayed up, but I didn't. And then when I woke up again, it was 6 p.m. So which right now, by the way, the temperature's like in the 60s or 70s. It is perfect. It is perfect for car travel. Like if you're going out of state to Nevada, California, I don't mind sleeping during the day and being up at night because it is so exciting. I used to love to sit in the back seat. My parents would be up front driving and look at all the different lights and different things silhouetted in the dark. I would love that so much. Because they're like, I don't know why, because there's more you can see during the day. I'm like, there's not. What are we going to do during the day? It's fucking 100 degrees or more during the day. You should be sleeping during the day in an air-conditioned hotel and driving at night. Y'all know this better than I do. And being that I've been doing this, road tripping since I was like, 9? Granted, I wasn't in the front seat as a driver, I was a passenger, but I know what I like. And this is perfect. Like, if we had to pull out here and refuel and get food, it would be perfect. Wouldn't even need the AC in the car on because it's perfect. California. And you know, California has been on my mind a lot because I go play Grand Theft Auto. I go to Sandy Shores. That reminds me of Cal City. Toledo Bay doesn't really remind me of anything because I never lived or visited anywhere in California that looks like that. Vinewood, Los Santos, Vinewood is all kind of like LA, and I've been in LA, so I mean, it reminds me more of like Palmdale, Lancaster, because I would go there all the time. My friend Kev, this is so crazy. I met him and became besties with him in California. No shitting, he has a family home here in Utah. They had it, I think, Midvale or maybe Magna. Now it's in Clinton. But I think Kev lives in Salt Lake. He told me at the time, yeah, we do have property. We actually used to live there. And I was like, when? He was like, in the 2000s. It was just so wild to me. And I said, when you move back here from California, we need to meet up. We need to meet up. And I think he moved back here after I did. 2016, I think, and we met up either 2016 or 2017. It was before I moved to Sunset. And it was just so wild. It was one of those weird coincidences the universe puts out there. Like how I remembered my friend Ness, not his real name, but that's what we always call him, Ness, from Clearfield, and I found him recently through a friend of a friend on Facebook. He doesn't have Facebook. And he has one, but he can't remember his account credentials, so he can't get into it. That's just wild. It's wild. And we hung out not that long ago. I walked out to Clearfield. We hung out. I think I'm more, like when I talk to more people in my age group, in my spectrum, who are like 37 to 40, and I ask them, I say, do you opine about not, because everybody, I think, to a certain degree, kind of like opines or misses about. I'm using opine wrongly, incorrectly, not opine. Maybe it's just pine. I can't fucking remember. They get nostalgic. They get sentimental about their childhood to an extent. But I'm specifically meaning like the crap years. Like my tween years sucked. Middle school sucked. But the years itself was filled with a lot of adventure, a lot of exploration, discovery, self-learning. None of that, by the way, is sexual at all. It's just literally I found out about the Roy Library the first time. I found out about build your own website. I found out about fucking anime and all that. I had never heard of anime before 1998 or 97. Like, I know I have seen it beforehand with like not My Little Kitty, Hello Kitty and Voltron. Oh, what's this? But I would not be able to sit there and go, oh yeah, that's anime back then. To me, it was just a cartoon. And back then, I didn't really like anime because it was violent. Most of the time, it was aggressive. The characters were aggressive. I liked the simple, happy-go-lucky cartoons like Doug and Care Bears and whatever the fuck. But it's just wild because I don't have any fond memories of being a teen in middle school and having to deal with those teachers and my classmates. I'm not friends with any of those people, by the way, on Facebook. I don't have them in my contacts. I don't call them. I don't fucking look them up because they're assholes. They're horrible. They're horrible fucking people. Then I come to find out in high school they're still horrible. Then after high school they're even more horrible. So yeah, sometimes it turns out it isn't just kids are kids, boys are boys. Sometimes you're just a fucking horrible person. And it's just more obvious in you than it is in the next person. Because it's funny, because I knew so many kids I went to school with who didn't act that way. But it's like the parents were so quick to dismiss this behavior. Those two bikes looked like one fucking car. And I'm like, that car sounds like a fucking motorcycle. Yeah, because they're two fucking motorcycles. Parents, especially the people, the PTA, the people involved with the sports, were so quick and easy to dismiss this behavior of theft, vandalism, of personal property, bullying, abuse, hazing. Because it's like a lot of those problematic asshole kids were also on a team. They're going to take us to state, so it's okay if little Johnny sets you on fire. Really, dude. He's like, I'm gonna burn rubber out of here. There he is out there. I can still hear him. Fucking burning rubber. Back to Cheyenne. That's where it goes. It still goes to Cheyenne or goes to Salt Lake. People from Salt Lake are fucking assholes. I'm sorry. I've never met a more dismissive group of gay bees. They're like, when I lived in Layton, oh, where's Layton? And I'm like, have you never left Salt Lake? Ever? Like, were you born, raised, bred, educated, and you have a job and you just never lived Salt Lake? I mean, like, what a fucking ignorant I'm like, so many people going to, like, when I was going to school, and these people weren't that much younger or older than me, by the way. So it's not like I was 30 and I was talking to a 19-year-old. It was like I was 30 and I was talking to a 35-year-old or a 33-year-old. And when I was going to school, teachers would always talk about how they would commute and travel. Usually by carpool, they would go out to Magna, they go to Sandy, Roy, Ogden. And I used to think, oh, that's what being an adult is. Well, I didn't know that was just like, not only are they teachers, they also have other jobs. They also have things they do part-time. As part of their careers as educators, they get involved in a lot of like volunteer and a lot of programs. The sports programs, scouting programs, debate. What the fuck? Epic Windows and Doors has a drive-through window. Because I remember one teacher, she's like, oh, the first thing I'm not even doing grade papers till like Monday. She's like, because I'm going to go straight to bed because I got to be up. I'm going to be in Ogden all day. Because I went to junior high in Sunset. I went to high school in Layton. And I think this lady, I think she was a teacher in Layton. No, she was in Sunset. Ogden wasn't that far from Sunset. It's still not that far from Sunset. But when I was a kid, because I was like 14, 15, I thought, or no, I was 13 or 14, it was like probably 7th or 8th grade. I thought, that's being an adult. Lincoln Highway. Historic Lincoln Highway. Why is this historic? Was Lincoln assassinated here? Was his corpse paraded around? I thought that's being an adult. That's adulting. Well, I didn't know what adulting. That's such a stupid fucking verb. That's being grown up. Is you're always busy. And I kind of saw that with my parents because I saw, they would go out and do grown-up things. They would, even if it was just running errands, getting groceries, going out into town. They would get groceries once a month. But they would go out to town probably every weekend. Like, they would rarely stay at home. Those were the parents that I remember, that I miss. Look at this fucking guy. They're driving by all slowly. Oh, what's he doing? Why does he have a light? And pulling back from here. Probably for their grinder hookup. My parents were seldom, if ever, home on the weekend. They were always going somewhere. And those are the parents that I remember, that I miss. They were always go, go, go. And at some point, they just became complete, total fucking homebodies. If DoorDash and Delivery Dash existed back then when I was a kid, I guarantee they would have used it. Because they would have had, zero fucking reason to get out of bed. They're like, oh, we'll just have it delivered. We'll pay the extra $50 and we'll have it delivered. See, Riverdale has some fucking ritzy looking properties. I always used to think the people that lived here were rich. And we certainly weren't rich when we lived out here. We definitely were not. It's really sad when I come and visit some place. I get nostalgic, kind of like, oh, I wish I lived there. And then I have to turn back and go back where I presently live. which I don't really want to call home. I don't consider it home. The last 3 places I have not considered home. Riverdale is such a small fucking, like, at least this, it's like one big suburb is what Riverdale is. It's one big suburb. And it's so small. I can't imagine anyone that I went to school with at Riverdale Elementary even still lives here 30 some odd years later. Oh my God. I'm going to try to find a place I can turn and come back up and come back through Riverdale Road. Riverdale is nicer than Roy. It is a lot nicer. And it's still very the same. It is very, very little has changed from when I lived here as a kid. Very little has changed. There's this one old guy. He was a fucking asshole. He would call the cops. He had this... There's this burnt out, fucking bombed out house at the edge of town in this, like, wooded area. And it literally just looked like... It just looked like, you know, an abandoned, you know, bombed out house. And if you even walked on that fucking side of the street, that sidewalk, he would call the fucking cops. He's a fucking asshole. I can take solace in the fact he's probably long dead. Because this was, like, easily 32, 33 years ago, so he was probably already dead by then. Oh, or not already dead, but he's already old by back then. So I take solace in that fact. For rent. What's for rent? You can sleep in the carport for $1,200 a month. Plus utilities. It's fucking ridiculous. Utah is getting as expensive for just a rental. It's as expensive as, like, trying to find places to rent in Hawaii on the beach, because the beach sides were always the most expensive. My cousin's mom recently came back from Hawaii a few years ago. And that pretty much... What the fuck? That whole trip. Well, not really a trip. I mean, she lived there. They lived there. My cousin didn't move out there. Jesus Christ. There's no place to go because there's water everywhere. Yeah, I mean, it was such an expensive property. And then her worthless ass fucking boyfriend, fiance, whatever you want to call him, finally got a big job in Alaska on those rigs or whatever the fuck he was doing. Ice drilling or doing rigs. and made really good money. So for a while they could live. I mean, he would only come back for like once every few months, like every 2 months. He would come back for like 3 weeks and then go back. So cousin's mom was able to live very comfortably at that time. But it comes to a point where it's like, if I can go down the street and get back to where I want to go. It comes to a point where it's just drama. Too much money, the bills. Like, you gotta choose, oh, okay, are we gonna get groceries or are we gonna get pay bills? And the lady that owned the property became friends with a cousin's mom, but she wasn't lowering the rent any. She's like, no, if I do it for you, I had to do it for everybody. And actually, maybe friends is too strong of a word. They were cordial and would occasionally go out and go do things. But she moved back to Utah, and it was like, things are expensive here, but not like it was in Hawaii. Because their property didn't really lead out to a beach. It led, out to like a pier, which led out to the ocean. They were literally oceanfront property. And from what I understand, those were very, very vaunted. People really wanted to live in those. But, see, these are more of these ritzy looking houses. Riverdale. I remember going trick-or-treating here as a kid. In the 90s, they gave you good candy, but it was never like full-size bars. I never got full-size bars from anyone. I was the cool neighbor. And one year I handed out full-size bars. But I never became so lucky as to receive any full-size bars myself. All the houses out here are nice. They're all fucking nice. It's fucking insane. A lot of these houses where elderly people live there. Well, they're probably dead by now. Their kids have moved in. So I vaguely remember as a kid coming through here. I don't think I had any friends that lived out here, but coming on the street and just seeing, multiple people I went to school with. Okay, we can walk up here and get back to Riverdale Road. I really need to visit my mom. I don't like talking about it because obviously I mean, she doesn't live in a home or anything. I mean, she lives at home. She's not like in a hospital or anything. But, it just makes me feel so bad, and it makes me feel and look like an asshole. Why don't you visit your mom? I think we're coming back to the intersection. This isn't the street where I used to live. I lived all the way back. And I wasn't going to walk all the way fucking back there. But, Riverdale is very significant to me in my memories because it's where a lot of my big firsts occurred. You know, like my first bicycle, my first, like, big birthday party. First sleepover. I wonder how many of these houses are replications. That fucking house on the hill. I always thought some fucking rich doctor or something, someone lived up there. There's a lot of those, like, European looking houses. There's a name for it. I can't fucking remember what they're called. But I love that design. The, like, the white and the dark brown. And it has, like, the beams sticking out on, like, the front and sides of the house. I love that so much. And usually it'll have, like, at the wainscot of the house, it'll be like rock or masonry to look like rock or whatever. Or sometimes it'll be stucco, but I think most of the time it's rock. Rock and a roll. See, this all has to be counted as Riverdale. I'm trying to think who the fuck lived out here who was walking to and from school like you're going up into Roy. Unless there's some sort of charter private school they're all going to. Because I can't think of anything. See, all these lights are on now all of a sudden. I saw a guy with his camera phone walking by. It's only 1:19. This is early for me. This is early for me. It just sucks because I think the word really is just, I've just been nostalgic for that time. And it's like I said, when people are nostalgic for being 15, they're not nostalgic for the year, they're nostalgic for their youth. Because I had a shitty time from pretty much from 16 onward. My life was hell until I moved the fuck out. But 13, 14, 15 were kind of like the weird middle school like it was bad, but it was good. So I learned about Tekken, I learned about PlayStation, that I'm a huge nerd. I guess I kind of already knew I was a nerd, but I always associated with like negative. But then when you grow up, you realize it doesn't fucking matter what the popular kids think. Now being a nerd it's trendy, it's popular. It's no longer a gay-kept thing. I think like the only thing that isn't gay-kept is being a jock and being fucking a goth. Or we see more people with black dyed hair and eyeliner and black clothing. If you'll say, well, anybody go to the gym. Just because you go to the gym doesn't mean you're a jock. Being an athlete, being a jock is still very, very much gay-kept. The people who run that pretty much may as well be eugenicists. Because their team is like a living, breathing, biological entity. And they don't want any weak links. They don't want any weak traits. So if you're not like the best running back or the best linebacker or defense or whatever, you're not going to be on the fucking team. Which amazes me looking back in retrospect. When I flip through, every once in a while I'll flip through my high school yearbook. And I will see people on the football team, well, guys, because they're men on the football team, boys, who don't look like they belong there. Like they look more like they belong on the chess team. And a running joke, at least in my mind, was, oh, he's probably the towel boy or the water boy. And they allowed him to sit in. How nice. They allowed him to suit up and sit in on the team photo. How nice. How nice of them to do that. If any toxicity still exists from when I was in school, it's definitely jock culture. Definitely. I just accidentally touched a bird shit. Ew. Ugh. Yeah, jock culture is definitely... You can't tell me otherwise. I'm not saying all athletes are assholes. My fucking ex from college did soccer, tennis, and football. Tennis, he did just for fun. He wasn't on a tennis team. And he was the nicest person I've ever met. Because I would not date an asshole. Okay. Well, this says do not enter. So... I don't know where they thought they were going to turn into. I would not date a prick. I wouldn't date someone who always has to have the last word, the final say, the upper hand. Someone who comes across as obsessed with having to make me look stupid or make me look bad in front of other people. Like his friends or family. I wouldn't. I would not. People who know me, who know my history, know that I have no reason to lie, to make up stories. They know I have valid reasons and concerns stemming from back when I was a child to conceal things from my parents, who are very much still homophobic and anti-LGBT. And I could very well have ended up a homeless, at-risk youth. You know? And people are like, oh, I didn't know this, blah, blah. Well, you didn't know for one of many reasons. You know, you have to pick and choose people who you trust. If you feel like you can't trust someone, why would you confide anything to them? Okay, I'm back. Whew. So, I don't know. I like commuting down this road, but I like going at my own pace when I want to. I cannot imagine having like any kind of paper route type of job. What is that? Oh, fuck. What is this? Jimmy Choo perfume. I'm like having to come out this way and walk. What is this? Christmas concert. There's a few months either too late or too early for that, I'm afraid. I love how I'm a disgusting 40-year-old slob. I can still get messaged for dates. I love that. Maybe finally people are seeing past my looks and seeing they're not just lusting over me for my looks, they're appreciating my personality. And it's Saturday now. It's no longer Friday. When I was a kid, Saturday mornings to me were Heathcliff, The Littles, God, what else? Probably Captain Planet. Probably. Saturdays actually had shit that made you want to get up to watch it, or at the very least set the VCR to record it. That was our DVR back in the day. It was the VCR. And you're gonna get into a fucking wreck because you're speed racing down the fucking street. And it will be completely fucking warranted that you do. I just hope you don't take anyone else out because of your stupidity. These people are like, oh, Riverdale Road. It's so deserted at night. Why don't we just parade down the street naked and set everything on fire? Like the laws. All of a sudden they don't, the laws don't exist anymore. It's wild to me as you would go this way now to get to Salt Lake instead of going that way. Because all the fucking construction UDOT has done which has done more harm than good. Imagine moving away from Utah for like 22 years, 24, 22, 23 years, and coming back and none of the old highways exist. They're all gone. 5600 doesn't exist anymore. That's all gone. So I just got done filming probably 3 minutes worth. I want to film more. He does not even have his fucking lights on. He has his... Yeah, he's gonna fucking crash for sure. Ow, fuck. But needless to say, I don't want to kiss and tell, but Daddy might have a date lined up later this week. Isn't that fun, everyone? They'll see me in person and scream, "Ah! You're a million times worse than I thought." First of all, I'm going to record noises over in Roy, just on these 2 bridges. And I'll have that uploaded. Probably that'll be Monday or Wednesday this coming week. Because I already uploaded enough content to my travel channel. And if this Night Sounds idea really takes off, then I'll have a fucking... I'll have a, there's plenty to be had, you know. I just had to take a minute to film. This shop is called Aztec Highway, and I assume it's some kind of vape or a smoke. I love how they have like all of the old school neon signs in their window. I love that. It's just like, it reminds me of Vegas. It reminds me of the old days where you find places like these on every, corner. Maybe that's not necessarily a classy thing, but that's what it reminds me of. It's really sad to me that here in Utah, there isn't a nightlife culture here, and it's really mainly because the church is so predominant. Even with people who aren't members, they either fall in line because they don't want to be alienated, or they find places that cater to them, but there's really no places that do. Because these shops, these places, the businesses, the clubs, they all cater to the majority. And the majority says you're at home when the street lights come on and you're in bed no later than 10 or 11. And you absolutely don't go out shopping on Sunday. That's a no-no. I wonder if that's a hookup for that trucker. A lot later. people are just excited because I'm filming. I'm showing you what I've already filmed, what I've already shown half a dozen times. I can't decide if I want to go and follow the tracks or not. Oh, what's in the garbage? Oxygen. Is this door even open? No. And someone dumped off. This looks like it's been sitting outside. The way it's all soiled and nasty. Turn my light off. Actually, I'll turn it on because I don't want to trip and fall. This place here had anything. Okay. So, looks like we are going to follow the disused tracks that have been removed. Actually wasn't. This has been paved. So, and it leads down here to Harmon's. But if you go this way, I did a video on this several months ago. This is where the train tracks used to go. I think they went through Hill Air Force Base. It can't possibly be the same train tracks that went through Clinton that are now part of the trail, because then we would, be coming through this way to go, shoes. Who the fuck's shoes are those? It'd be funny, I just find an entire outfit discarded here. It's like, what the fuck were the circumstances where an entire outfit, people tweak out? They come out here, they tweak out. I mean, right there behind Harmon's, you had to figure they got cameras, they got security. So that's not the place I would want to be. I don't do drugs, but if I was gonna, pop some pills, tweak out, freak out, it'd be down here under the bridge. I don't think there's anybody under there right now. Because I didn't go all the way down, but I went a little bit in. Because there's nobody on the mattresses that are down there. There's nobody. I mean, there could be. It was only a short few minutes ago, like 5-6 minutes ago. Of course, anything can happen in that amount of time. Imagine me turning around and going back the way I just came up fucking the Roy Bridge to go home when I came down that way. Imagine doing that. Some overgrown trees. I'm honestly surprised they haven't gone and went, oh, let's put condos back here in this fucking... Literally, you can't fit anything here, even if you wanted to, because business is over here, business is over here. What could you put here? I could see them possibly making a street out of it, a road. I could very well see UDOT doing that in the future. It'll be a useless project, because if it was something that would bore any fruit, it would have been talked about and done by now. Because literally all it would require is for them to come in here and dig out and then smoothen it and lay down asphalt. That's literally it. That's all they would have to do. I'm so pissed off at myself for sleeping in when I did. Well, going back to sleep. I just felt so achy and weird today. Like I needed more sleep. That's what I did. I went back to sleep. So I'm on my summer break, middle school, high school summer break schedule, where I would stay up all night, sleep in for some of the day. I would be up usually by 1, because the important stuff happens, you know. Can you imagine if a truck came barreling down here? And there are little floodlights, little lights down here, which is interesting. I don't know if it was to help the trains when they were coming down, because they weren't passenger trains. storage place. Look at all this fucking graffiti. Like, people can't just leave it alone for the people who actually need to live down here because they don't have anywhere else to go. I can't remember if that's a train, a bridge or not. Train tracks. It looks like there's anyone down here or not. And that's really bugging me. Somebody was using that for shelter. And someone came along and smashed it. It's like a truck cab, like a bed. The cover that you put on it. The shell or whatever. Well, this is pretty much like a perfect little city to go and do whatever you're gonna do. It might just be my imagination. A part of me, and I'm not like this, the surface is too steep and too slippery for me to attempt to try to run up there. But it feels like there's people up there where it's dark. Because every so often I'll hear what sounds like someone talking. But then when I came over here to look, I didn't see anybody. It's really weird. Because I get the feeling, I don't think there's anybody up there, but I feel like there could be. Because it's like, what the fuck was I hearing? You know, in that case. So, just out of curiosity, I went and I looked at the clothes, the discarded clothes that were over on the mattress there, and they're burnt. Like someone came and, like, they're not just like, oh, there's a little soil, they're burnt. Like they were lit on fire. Yeah. I didn't even smell anything that smelled like smoke. I was just out of curiosity. I'm like, why would they leave perfectly good clothes behind? And the long johns that were underneath there, I just like nudged the sweater that was on top. And they were just like all burnt, like completely. So that gives you an indication. Like before anyone goes, ew, why would you touch homeless or street clothing? Well, you literally have no idea whose clothes those are. And it's not like I picked up and grabbed it, I just nudged it. And the bigger picture here is that imagine someone wearing that outfit and some fucking punk kid comes and sets fire to it, killing the person. It gives you an image of how homeless people are still treated and thought of just because they don't have a house. I think there's a person sleeping over there. Because it looks to me like they're... I know I said that one time and it was literally just a beanbag, but it looks like they're like in the fetal position against the wall, like leaning. It's so weird. Their alarm system, these businesses, it was so weird because these lights never turn on. And the one night when I filmed, because I thought there was like it was a body bag or there was someone in the bag or whatever, those lights were all on and they never turn on. They never turn on. For as many years as I've been coming and going at night, which has primarily been since I've lived here, since this time last year, those lights have never turned on. The parking lot lights there have never turned on. Now, 20, 30 years ago, when that was a busy plaza, and they still had Payless shoe store there, they had feature films for families, they had, you know, a number of other businesses that were open all the time. When, you know, people would work late, and obviously they would get out of work late to go home late, the parking lot lights would turn on. And the little plaza lights, the overhang lights in the strip mall would turn on. But obviously not in the last almost 20 years, because the last time I remember businesses being there was in 2011, 2010. I don't think there was a shoe store there. They'd moved. But Feature Films was still there. They were either in that building there or they were on... I think they used to be closer to Harmon's, and then the last time they'd moved, they were closer to like the Valvoline and Arby's. Oh my god. Let me tell you something. This holiday so far has been... It's been a fucking... It's been on my nerves. I'll tell you that much. It's been on my nerves. And I can't remember if there was ever a time where we went on vacation. I'm pretty sure we went on vacation in July, because I think May through July, like May through August, maybe June through August, were the times where we would like pack in the car and go to California to see my aunt and cousins. I don't think there was a time where we did that like on the 4th of July. Like, what I mean by that is like with the intention of being there to celebrate the 4th. I think we'd either go there and... Because I'm trying to remember, because we celebrated the 4th, like Independence Day, while we lived there. I'm trying to remember if we've ever celebrated it in the duration that we visited, because it might have been like late July or just after the 4th, because I remember coming back to Utah, because it felt like we'd be gone for almost a month and we'd be, starting school. And it's like, it's really exciting. I had more fun when my grandma was still with us. Things were simpler. Grandma was still around. I was young. My cousins were young. Everybody was young. Back then, we were younger. There's this lone fucking truck sitting here. Probably could have gone 20 fucking times. Of course, it says no turn there. If he was going straight, he could have gone. So I have to stand here and wait. Really? So they're still not going to let them turn. Really? Oh, okay. Stand here for like 5 hours. You really don't understand how traffic works. I mean, I kind of do. I understand he couldn't turn yet because it said no turn on right. Or like my left or whatever. I get that. But if he wanted to go straight, or if he wanted to turn like this way when it turned, yeah, he could have done that. But Taco Bell's so disgusting. I had Del Taco this last weekend, and let me tell you, the difference is clear. Why they're better. I had two crunchy and 2 soft tacos. That's usually what I get. Or I could have done 1 crunchy, 1 soft, and a large drink because I'm a fat ass. But The difference is so palpable. It's so palpable. The difference is just so noticeable. Cut through here. I don't hate Taco Bell. They're just, they are gross. It's fast food. All fast food is gross. If I'm being honest. It's good on a whim. It's good, like, if there's nothing available. I shouldn't really say anything because I need to get a real job soon and I might have to work. And if they see this video, they're going to say, why would we hire you? You were talking shit about our franchise. Why would we ever welcome you to the Taco Bell family? No, I would never work fast food ever again. I will do retail again if that's the only place I can work. I'll do retail, but I will not do fast food. If it's fast food or be homeless, bitch, I guess I'm going to be homeless. I do not like fast food. I was so stressed out as a teen trying to do fast food for my first day. My blood pressure was high. I was so upset because I felt like I was the only person who didn't get it. I also didn't help that I didn't want to get it. I'm like, I don't want to make a career out of doing fucking fast food. I don't. I would make a career out of owning a restaurant, sure, absolutely. If I was just managing the place or washing dishes, fine. I don't want to be in charge of cooking. I don't want to be in charge of waiting on people. But just washing dishes, managing the place, like ordering stuff, that's fine. Because one of the computer things, me and my cousin Zarin, I talked about this in a video, several videos ago. We did library study. Because we weren't in high school at the same time. I think when I was in 12th grade, I think he was in 9th grade. I think so. He's either 8th or 9th. But mine was mandatory in order to pass. I'm trying to think, because if he was in 9th grade, yes, you get credits. And he wasn't a dumb kid, which means he didn't, like, he never failed anything. So it might have been like he might have qualified for pre-college or pre-high school level courses, and maybe that's what that was. I don't know. But one of the things we did on the computer was like this program. They're all kind of like, if you ever did like math at Northridge, they had that Play-Doh program. Not Play-Doh, like play school Play-Doh, but like Plato, the Greek philosopher guy, where they run through different scenarios and then it's like multiple choice or you fill in the answer. But then there's one thing, I really loved it because it was like hotel manager, restaurant manager. And sometimes like because they tell you need to do different ones. Like you can't just do the same one. I guess you could, but they expect you to do different programs. This is at the library. Which is not the library anymore. It's some fucking fly-by-night church, by the way. I don't know if the new Clearfield Library has programs like that. And it was through the school district, the Davis County school system, so I don't even know if they do that anymore, because that was like 20 years ago. But I love the managing ones because they were 2-hour-long classes, and I would spend like 60 minutes doing hotel manager, take a break, then do 60 minutes doing restaurant manager. So I think there was hotel manager, restaurant manager, city manager. or bank or city manager. I'm trying to remember. I think there's 4 different ones. I think I never did the bank. I think I did the bank one once and I hated it. Too much math. Too much fucking math.